What is up, everybody? It's Willow G. I'm here today with a new video because I'm actually taking a 10-day tolerance break. I've already got through 2 of those days. We got 8 more days to go, and then we're back to the regular uploading schedule. So today, since I can't smoke, I'm gonna be actually answering the top 10 most frequently asked questions about marijuana, because I want to clear it up for you guys, I want to clear it up for anyone on the internet, and this channel is educational. Alright, let's get right into this with the first one. What is marijuana? Marijuana is actually the dried leaves that come off the cannabis plant, and they get cut off the plant. That's the trimming process. Hi Taylor, you poked that in your wig. Marijuana is actually the dried leaves that come off the cannabis plant, and so those are what you see when you get the nugs of marijuana. They trim them. Those are pretty much the flowers of the plant, just like any other fruit plant, but they then cut them off and you grind it up and smoke it. Inside there is the THC, the CBD, all the other substances inside weed, and that's what you smoke. So question number 2 is, how is marijuana used? So there are a lot of forms to use marijuana. You can smoke it as the herb, where you can put it in a joint, a blunt, in your bong, in your piece, in whatever the heck you want. But you're smoking it in herb form. And then you can smoke it in concentrated form, which is wax and dabs and carts, if you're getting real carts. Another way you can ingest marijuana is edibles. And edibles I don't like, but they're very different for anybody. With me, they either hit or they don't, and I either don't get high at all, or I'll be so fucking high that I'm in my bed within the next hour just passed out. And I don't like that. I like doing things when I get high. I like making videos, I like dancing, I like doing everything. I don't want to be asleep for 3 days after eating an edible. Question number 3 is actually kind of a 2-part question, so it's kind of like 3 and 4. But this question is marijuana addictive, and can you get addicted to marijuana? So marijuana itself is not an addictive drug. Like cocaine is addictive, nicotine is addictive. Those drugs are addictive, marijuana is not. But you can become addicted to the high of marijuana. And studies show that 1 in 10 people who start smoking marijuana actually get addicted to it, while 1 in 6 people under 18 that start smoking marijuana will get addicted to it. And there are also signs that you can tell if you're addicted to marijuana. One of the signs is that you tried to stop marijuana use and then you couldn't do it. Another one is going to be if smoking affects your family life or your work or your school life or anything, yet you're still doing it. And the third thing is if you're cutting off activities with friends, families, and others just to smoke weed. So if you check any of those 3, gotta think about it. Maybe cut down a little bit and just get high once or twice or 3 or 4 times a day, you know? Get high and do your things, you know? Be a productive stoner. Number 6. This one's really big for all the parents out there who are scared of their kids. Can you overdose on marijuana? The answer to that question is yes, but you would have to be smoking so much marijuana that it's not even like possible. In a research, they figured out the fatal dose of marijuana is 680,000 grams of marijuana. So when you're buying an eighth, that's 3.5 grams. That's a lot of fucking eighths in 680,000 grams. And you have to take that to the face in a very short amount of time to get a fatal dose of marijuana. But if you're allergic to marijuana, that's another thing that can happen. So make sure to figure out, experiment at first if you're scared, but you can't overdose on marijuana. You may green out, which is you can throw up, you can sleep, you can just feel a little bit shitty, but you wake up the next morning and you feel fucking awesome because it's weed. Question 7. What is synthetic marijuana? And is it good for you or is it bad for you? Synthetic marijuana can be called K2, it can be called spice, there's multiple names for it, but synthetic marijuana is basically, they make up a bud that looks like marijuana bud, and it targets the same receptors in your brain as THC does, but it's actually not THC. They're using other chemicals in there that no one knows about. So synthetic marijuana is always risky, it's always unpredictable, and you really can't tell if it's good or not. So make sure you know if your marijuana is clean or not. Go to a dispensary when you're buying it. Don't buy black market weed, and smoke some real tree, guys. Grow your own tree, you know? Like, that's all you gotta do. Just don't buy the fake shit. The fake shit is what gets people killed. That's all I gotta say about it. Number 8. Is marijuana a gateway drug? Short and simple answer. Fuck no. Marijuana is not a gateway drug. Almost 90% of people who start smoking weed stay smoking weed. They do not go on to harder drugs, and they don't get addicted to anything. So, no. Marijuana is not a gateway drug. It does not get you into harder substances. I've been smoking marijuana for about 3 years now. I haven't even thought about doing something harder than it because I don't want to. And if you do think you need something harder, you're a fucking idiot, and rethink your life. Smoke weed, maybe drink a little bit when you're 21. And that's it. Live your life. Don't fucking put these horrible man-made drugs in your system. Put herbs in your system. Stay green. Keep the fucking world green, guys. Question number 9. This question has to do with an earlier question, and it's, how do edibles affect you differently than just regularly smoking marijuana? So, from my personal experience, smoking marijuana, you can feel the high coming as you're smoking, depending on what you're smoking. If you're smoking a joint, you can feel the high coming. Bong rips, you take a couple, you're like, whoa, you feel it. Dabs, you feel it right away, like every time. Edibles are way, way different. They need to digest in your system before they hit you, and that's why they can take 30 minutes, they can take 60 minutes, they can take an hour and a half. It doesn't have a specific time limit for when the edible is gonna hit you, which I hate. So, when you take an edible, you just have to be ready for it at any point in time, and once it starts digesting is when it's gonna hit, and when it starts digesting, it hits right about here, but instead of staying level like a regular high, the high goes like this, and you just keep climbing, and you keep climbing, and you keep climbing until you're up here, when you either pass the fuck out or do something really, really stupid. So, that's another reason I don't like edibles. And people also, they eat a little bit and they wait 20 minutes and they're like, whoa, this didn't do absolutely anything. So they eat the rest of their edible. Guess what that does to them? Oh shit, ow, fuck, I hit my knee. Ow! Like I was saying, edibles are scary unless you know what you're doing. So I would advise to definitely start with smoking first and then move your way to edibles, because it's very scary to take edibles as your first time because you have no idea what's coming, and all of a sudden and you're dead. You're gone. You're not actually dead. Marijuana can't kill you. I said that earlier. Question number 10. If marijuana is legal in states, shouldn't it be good for you then? And this question can be answered in numerous ways. Smoking marijuana can cause harm to your cardiovascular system, the heart, the lungs, all your blood, because yeah, you are smoking, and smoking is bad for you. Even if you think that smoking weed is better than smoking cigarettes, it's still bad because it's smoking. You're putting toxins in your lungs, you're putting it in your heart. But even though it is good in instances, if you are smoking marijuana daily or multiple times a day, or maybe like once every 2 days, that can cause problems with memory, learning, paying attention, all that type of stuff. And that can lead and last through a week or two after you've quit, or it can even last for months, it can last for years. It all depends on how much you've used, but what I gotta say is I've been smoking this shit daily for a while now, and I ain't got nothing wrong with my memory up here. It's still pretty chillin'. That's all the time I have here today. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed. Willow G signing off. I will be posting again tomorrow, and we're going back to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads. So be ready for that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, and tell your friends. Love you guys.